Okay, we're live. How long for? I'm not sure. Okay, why are we not live on the group again? Oh, we are live on the group. Okay, but are we live on your profile? View main profile. No, we're just live on the group. Hi guys! We had some technical issues.
Oh. You already Marvin's in.
Hi! I ain't even sorting out my notes yet. Let's wait for a little bit, let some people come in. Hey Justin.
Oh, well, Justin.
We're just waiting to see if a few more people come in. Why is there blue tack stuck to this table? Sorry. you know. Hi Auntie. Hi Lisa. Right, so what order are we're gonna do them in the order we have here? Or order as we have them in the notebook?
We've got there, isn't it?
Well, that's the first one we got to find. Hold on, our comments I'm scrolling down. How are you both? I'm good. How are you?
I'm alright.
He's good. We're good. How are you? Hi, Nikki.
Hi, Nicola.
That says Nikki.
Name's Nicola. No, he's someone at school with.
But it says Nikki.
Well, no, hi, Nikki.
I like to be picky. Right, I need to share this live in my group because this is like a collab. We've got Sorry Supernatural and SSI True Crime, which is what we're going to be talking about both. So just share that over my group. Does it tell you how many people? Right, apparently we've got 10 people watching. Right, I think the best thing is we just get started then. Do you want to explain what we're doing?
No, you do it.
Surprise there. Right, so basically, this was an idea given to us by Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa.
Where basically we combine my true crime group with our paranormal group. So we've got a list of, hold on. Why couldn't I work out 10 minus 2? Of 8 cases, like true crime cases, so I think they're all murder. Give and take, they're murder cases, but that have some sort of link to the paranormal. So what we would do would be, I started talking and everyone left. There's 4 people left. And then, so we'll talk through the case as much as we know. I ain't giving you full details because my YouTube videos take a lot of research and a lot of writing. So what we've got is a basic outline of the case. Mainly, we'll tell you stuff like convictions, the penalty they got, weapons used, and then anything to do with the paranormal that links it to this case. I've got the notes for 3 cases here, and you've got
3 as well.
3, and then for some of it I'll have to look on my phone because it's stuff that's saved to our group. So you might have even heard of some of this before. Wait, hold on, I need the list of which. Okay, so the first case we're going to discuss is the Eliza Lamb case. I just need to get up the Eliza Lamb. How do you spell Eliza, Graham? Because I'm putting it. Found it. Found it. It's fine. I was putting a Z and it was an S. Oh. It's fine. Our comments are not scrolling, so sorry if we missed a comment. Oh, because you thanked her for the idea. Okay, cool. Got ya. Right, so the Eliza Lamb case. So here's the notes. That is going to be too much to read out. Summarise?
Yeah, best way.
Done. That's a brilliant start.
Let's beat your phone up.
So he's going to read it now from the post.
No, I'm not.
We've got to sit here while he reads the post.
Well, basically, Liza Lamb was a young girl that went missing from a hotel. There was no signs of her for days. And then she got found in a water tank on a roof. But she'd acted rather strangely in the lifts on cameras around the hotel. You're laughing at it.
Well, when I said summarise, I've meant a little bit more details. So the hotel is the Cecil Hotel. Cecil? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Hotel Cecil.
Cecil, whatever, Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles. So, yeah, she like disappeared, but then they found like video footage of her acting freaky. I don't know, it was like there was something following her, or I'm really annoyed that I didn't bother to get the CCTV thing saved to my phone so I could have shown. But they don't want the images.
No, I think the video saved afterwards.
How is the video saved?
No, wait a minute. No,
There's a YouTube link, but then we got others. So basically, I have no idea where I was. This is going really, really great. What was I saying? So yeah, she was acting strange in the lift, and it was like she like got in the lift and like pushed. Like normally you get in a lift, you push your button, you go to your floor, you do your business, you know. She like got in the lift and pushed loads of random buttons. People said it's in some sort of weird pattern. Graham's got a thing about a game.
The elevator game.
Where's the notes?
A bit further on in my book.
You didn't even have the notes ready, people. So they think it might be a game, but it's weird. She's like poking her head out of the door, looking around, like jumping back in, like diving into the corners if she's hiding. It's very weird, but like I'll let Graham explain briefly the summary of the elevator game.
Right, this is a bit of a long one. Basically, the idea of the game is you need a building with 10 floors or more. You have to get in a lift and press the first floor, but you must be alone.
You know, you're half off the camera. They can't even see you. Getting close.
No, 2 metres apart, remember?
Oh, social distancing.
Forgot where I was now. Right, so you get in the lift to the first floor and you must be alone. You press the button for the 4th floor. When it reaches the 4th floor, you do not exit the lift, but remain in it and press the button for the 2nd floor. When the lift reaches the 2nd floor, you remain in the lift again and press the button for the 6th floor. When you reach the 6th floor, you again remain in the lift and press the button for the 2nd. When the lift reaches the 2nd, you stay in the lift again and press the button for the 10th floor. And when you reach the 10th floor, you must again remain in the lift and press the button for the 5th floor. When you reach the 5th floor, a young woman may enter the lift, but you do not look or speak to her because she is not what she seems. You press the button for the 1st floor. If the lift goes to the 10th floor, you may proceed. If the lift goes to the 1st floor, exit the lift, but do not look back or speak to the woman. If the lift has gone to the 10th floor...
Hold on. We're missing tons of comments. So sorry. For some reason, our comments aren't scrolling. So, hi, Sue. I love that case. It was freaky and I still don't understand it to this day. Yeah, same. I remember reading about that. Oh, reading about that. Oh, reading. The lift game. Yeah, the lift game.
Yeah.
What confuses me most was the doors didn't shut until she left the elevator. Agreed. That was weird. Why are our comments not scrolling? It's so annoying.
Right, where was I?
You have to interact with people. Don't be rude. He's more important than you people.
I think I got to the 10th floor, didn't I? If you get to the first floor, you can get out.
You already said that.
Did I? I can't remember why I wasn't here. Right, if you get to the 10th floor, you may choose to exit the lift. If you exit it, the young woman will ask
Sorry.
where you are going, but do not look or answer her. Look or answer her, as you will know you've...
Told you your handwriting was bad.
Answer her. You will know if you have arrived at the other world by the one thing. The only person present is you.
So it's possible she was playing that game, but the lift didn't move, and it still wouldn't explain why she pushed so many buttons, because you would go to each floor before pushing the next button. So I don't think she was playing that game, or if maybe she was playing a game similar.
Could have been.
Or I don't know. But then anyway, so then they found this footage, but how she was found in the tank was weird as well. These tanks aren't like what you find in your house. They're big fuckers. Oh, sorry.
Excuse language.
Sorry about that. They're big. Like, it's not easy to get onto them. When you get onto them, it's not easy to get open. This girl was like butt naked.
And apparently the lids could not be removed by one person alone.
No, and like, it's just like, none of it makes sense. Like, her clothes were in there with her. So why would you take your clothes off if you're then going to throw the clothes into the water that you're going to jump in? And then wasn't the lid replaced?
Yeah.
Like, if she was in the water, how did she replace the lid? So, on to the paranormal theories. Because this is obviously what this actual live stream is about. So, people kind of have mixed things. I've heard, like, she was possessed. I've heard there was a demon. I've heard the hotel was haunted, which actually comes on our fourth case we're going to cover in this live stream.
That we could even move out to the next one. This is a...
We really probably should have put it next.
Well,
okay, we're going to... Yeah, hold on. Let me just... So we're going to do this one as number 2 and this one as number... So what, do you want to move the Uber driver to number 3?
Yeah, again, do.
3, and then do that one as number 4. Okay, sorry, we just... Okay, so the next case we're going to cover is going to be linked in, which comes in with the haunted thing. Because this, like... Cecil?
Hotel Cecil. Cecil, whatever area pronounce it. I'm not sure.
Didn't just have the Eliza Lamb case. There's been, like, a buttload of people. It doesn't need scrolling down.
No, I was just checking.
Check with the bars to the arrow. Explain how to use Facebook to an old person. Forgot our TV was on. So the next case links into this as well. Because, yeah, there's some, like, freaky stuff goes on at this hotel.
I think the hotel has actually reported as being one of the most haunted hotels in America now.
It is, like, the problem I have with the ghost theory is ghosts aren't a solid being, right? It's not like you can't touch it like this, yeah? How is a ghost lifting a girl, opening a water thing, dumping her in, stripping her off? How is a ghost doing that with no physical being?
I've got to admit, that is actually true.
I think it is more likely this is the true crime person in me. I think it's more likely she was murdered by an actual person than a ghost did it.
It's just never been caught.
But then again, I also have a theory with the possessed thing. Is if she was possessed, people that are possessed can get like weirdly strong. They can jump like say they're on a roof, they can jump to like the next roof a bigger gap than say a normal person would do. So is it possible that she was possessed, which gave her like big girl
Extra
muscles?
Supernatural muscle.
Big girl muscles.
Yeah, big girl muscles.
Big girl muscles. Like, is that possible? Like, I don't really know. I haven't really looked massively into possession, but I can imagine, you know, if a girl's fucking head can spin round and there's things of people climbing. There's that lad. Can you guys pay attention to what was that?
Yeah, I'm listening.
There's that lad. Oh, I can't even think of the name of the case. But basically, he was like possessed, and like he was in a room with like a doctor, and he started like walking up the wall.
Weren't at the demon house? Sat back in the demon house.
Could be. So if that's possible for a kid to walk up of a wall, then surely, and then possibly she was the ghost. They caught her on the camera and she was trying to lead them to her body. She was confused.
That's actually quite good.
Oh, was she alive at the time of the footage? That's an interesting point. I hadn't even thought of that. That's a good one, Lisa.
Yeah, she was feeding over in the lift, was that?
Wait, hold on. I'm going to make a note of that. Because, like, I'll just scribble my notes on this page. I want to know if anyone else has come up with that theory.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, that is a good point. Like, because that's the thing. That's what I mean. This hotel is like weird. The sugar that seems to go on there. Nearly swore.
Yeah.
The stuff that goes on there is weird. Like, I don't know. It's one of them cases that's always going to bug me, and we need a bloody answer. Like, I think it's more likely someone killed her. But then, it's still the same problem. How did he get her to strip? Oh, I don't have her autopsy here. Bollocks. on my laptop, I've got a copy of her autopsy. And, like, there wasn't, like, drugs that would knock her out in her system, really. There was some stuff in her system, which I can't for the life of me think of. I'm really annoyed I didn't get the autopsy. There wasn't massive defensive wounds. So how does anyone get somebody to strip and get them to climb into a tank? So you still have the issue, if it's hard for one person to get onto the tank, open it up, put themselves in.
Get them drunk and basically.
How would one person get them into the tank without them being knocked out? There's no sign of a head injury. As far as we know, she was conscious when she went into the tank.
Yeah, she was asleep or something.
She wasn't. She was conscious.
Well, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. There was no head injury. She wasn't drugged. Like, if you're asleep, do you think I could pick you up and put you in a water tank without you waking up?
I'm heavy.
If you were lighter than me, could I pick you up, put you in a water tank without you knowing?
Probably not.
I very much doubt it. Plus, how can somebody physically carry her onto the water tank? You got to remember, these water tanks are big, and the opening's on the top. They had to use ladders to, like, get her body out and stuff. I don't know, this kind of turned into a debate more of than an educational thing. I don't know. I think I can argue this case like all day. I feel like we're missing some information. Let me have a... Who's messaging?
I've got a feeling I read somewhere. I had a quick look for that. That she was acting strangely in a room, and they had moved into a private room.
That's it, right. So before all this happened, so basically, obviously she was staying in the hotel because she was from somewhere else. I can't remember where from. But anyway, she had no friends. This is what I was just getting to. Like, basically, so they had options. It was like cheaper if you done a room share. So they would put you in with some like people you don't know, and like you share a room and it's cheaper. So she was put in this room with, I think it was 2 other girls.
I can't remember exactly what
I think it was 2 girls. And basically they complained to the management that she was acting weird and she was scaring them with all this like freaky behaviour. And like the hotel staff decided to give her her own room because she kept freaking people out. They said like she was acting strange from like, not from when she turned up. I think it was something from like 12 hours after being there or something. So she was on her own. She had no plans to kill herself because the day before she died, she went and was buying gifts and like telling the shop owner how excited she was to see her parents again and stuff. So she had no plan to kill herself. She had no friends because everyone thought she was weird. Oh, will mention though, I think her diagnosis is bipolar. Pretty sure it's bipolar.
Yeah, I think you said something about that.
Pretty sure it's bipolar. She was diagnosed bipolar. In her autopsy, they found some of her bipolar meds in her system, but I think they said it would have meant she hadn't taken her bipolar meds for like a few days leading up to her death. So, bipolar person off their meds, you know, it is possible. Who shut down? You know, something was going on with her mentally, but I don't know. I just feel like somebody would have seen something. Plus, what was she allowed getting on the roof?
That's when they reckon she couldn't get to the roof. That set alarms off.
Yeah. Like, how could she physically get onto that roof without a hotel member of staff noticing? We have really bored people. It's gone down to 2 people now. Yeah.
This is just one weird case.
It's a weird case. I don't think we're ever going to come up with an answer. So, but it links to the next case. Because the next case is Richard Ramirez. I am really sorry if I just pronounced that. Ramirez.
Oh, the Night Stalker.
I was getting to that. He's also known as Night Stalker. He also has another name, but I thought to write it down. I think it's the original Night Stalker. Because there is another case of the Night Stalker, but it's not him. So, this guy, his rampage, or whatever you want to call it, his murders, took place between April 10th, 1984 to August of 1985. Like Graham said, he was called the Night Stalker. He had 14 victims altogether. He was actually finally convicted of 13 counts of murder, 5 counts of attempted murder, 11 counts of sexual assault, and 14 counts of burglary. which I don't understand because he burgled everyone he murdered, but he didn't murder everyone he burgled. So I'm pretty sure there should be more counts of burglary, but it doesn't really matter because his penalty or his sentence, whatever you want to call it, the punishment, it's a good word, we'll use punishment, was 19 death sentences. He had to be executed 19 times.
Blimey.
But he was never actually executed. That was something I did find out. He died of lymphoma?
Cancer.
Yeah,
cancer.
he died of lymphoma while on death row. So, I'm not going to go into details of what he did to the victims because I don't think that's fair to the victims. So
I won't. Sorry.
So what I'm going to do instead, out of respect, I'm going to list the weapons. I have got a little bit about what happened, but I'm going to keep it very brief on the details. So his weapons of choice were a handgun, knives, a machete, a tire iron, and a hammer. The first note I made about this case was that he claimed to be satanic, or a Satan worshipper, or...
He basically worshipped the devil.
Yeah, basically. He believed everything he did was to please Satan, basically. So, the first point I made, he'd obviously committed all these murders. And this brought us to just before he was caught. Just before he was arrested. On the 18th of August, 1985. He broke into the house of Peter and Barbara Pan. I had to give a little giggle at the name Peter Pan, but yeah, there's no disrespect, I like Peter Pan. So while Peter slept, Ramirez shot him, basically. I believe in the back of the head. It doesn't really matter. I think it's in the back of the head. And so, yeah, he didn't even know what hit him, to be honest. And then he went on to assault. I guess you can all gather what I mean by assault. You know. Yeah. Barbara, and then eventually he shot her as well. He used a lipstick to draw a pentagram onto the bedroom wall, and he wrote the words, Jack the Knife.
Okay.
So I have this is my theory. See, the Night Stalker was given to him by the newspaper. I have a feeling he didn't like the name, the Night Stalker, and I think he wanted to be called Jack the Knife, like Jack the Ripper.
It's possible.
So I think by writing that on the wall, he was trying to get him to call him Jack the Knife. Obviously the pentagram is... That kind of annoys me, because they say he drew a pentagram. If you don't know what a pentagram is... Wait, let me hold this up. Get the violin. Can you see that? That's
I know something.
That's a pentagram. That's probably going to be even harder to see because it's going to blur because the camera's not great.
Is it?
Why are you covering up the SSI?
Oh yeah, that's true.
So that's a pentagram. These are not demonic or Satan worshipping or anything. These are actually Wiccan. So he didn't draw a pentagram, anything to do with Satan. I don't know what that was about. I think he clearly this annoys me. He was clearly trying to convince people he was satanic, but didn't have a clue what he was fucking talking about. Sorry for the language. So, he done that, and then he would also make his victims swear they loved Satan.
I'm gonna get paid.
Like, he would literally, like, say to them, like, swear you love him, and I won't kill you, but then he would anyway. He would also make the victims swear to Satan that they wouldn't scream while he assaulted them, or that they weren't hiding valuables from him. He would use this, like, swear to Satan, like most people would say, I swear on my mum's life, or I swear to God. That kind of thing. To him, it was, I swear to Satan.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know, he would make them do that. He seemed to, I don't know, think that people wouldn't take Satan's name in vain. And when he entered the courtroom, he lifted up his hand to reveal a pentagram on his hand and yelled, "Hail Satan." And again, he used the pentagram, which annoys me because that isn't satanic, that is like Wiccan. So he clearly didn't know what he was talking about. But I have missed out because I didn't write anything here. Sorry, he's trying to show me things. I can't read a word he bloody writes. Why did you skip a page? Oh. We're down to one person. Hi, one person. That really wasn't important.
I was letting you know. You just let me know.
So, yeah, no, I didn't write anything about the Cecil Hotel. But basically, during this, like, year of him killing people, well, it's just over a year, of him killing people, that sounds really bad. There's no nice way to put it. Murdered a bunch of people. He stayed at the Cecil Hotel, and it's actually believed that he killed people in the Cecil Hotel, but then disposed of them elsewhere, and he just wasn't caught for it.
Why is that a funny thought?
Ooh, funny thought.
Was he in at the same time as Eliza Lamb?
No.
Oh.
He was in there 1984 to 1985. Eliza Lamb was like 2000 and something.
Oh yeah, she was. Okay, forget that idea.
Oh, hold on, scroll on. Me! Hi.
Hi, Kerry.
Hi, Kerry. Oh, I thought you'd still be here, Lisa. You were very quiet, though. So, yeah, so he wasn't there, Eliza Lamb, but it was said to be, like, his favourite place to stay. So could his spirit be there?
It could be.
Could that have something to do with the Eliza Lamb case? Could the spirit of his victims be there? You know, you got a pissed off spirit. They decided to dunk a girl, I don't know. And like I said, this hotel's weird. I wish I'd done more research into the actual hotel. Because I know there's more than just these two cases.
There have been suicides and...
Yeah, there's like people like jumping off the roof and shit in there. Sorry about the language. You have the mouse. What did I miss? You missed us doing the Eliza Lamb case. And then Richard Ramirez, which stayed at the Cecil Hotel, where Eliza Lamb went missing from and was later found dead. So that's all I really have to say. I've done a lot of talking. Is there anything you want to say?
Not really. You've done research on it, so I haven't got a clue much about it.
I do have some theories for the ones he done the research on.
Right.
Some of us did our research on all the cases. Okay, so we'll move on to our next case, case 3.
Right, we'll look at my phone because it's on this.
The case 3 is Uber driver. That is not the name of the case.
No,
What is
I
it
can't
called?
think what
It's
it's called.
called something like the Demon Uber Driver or something. It's basically like summary. This guy is an Uber driver.
And he basically went out and he decided to go on a shooting rampage around his town and killed several people.
It was right. If you're gonna tell it, at least tell it right. Yes, he did shoot people, but it didn't start off as shooting. It started off like he picked this lad up and he took a phone call. He was on his phone talking to his son, the Uber driver, not the passenger. And he was all fine, chatting away to his son. He hung up the phone and he just switched like that. It was like suddenly there was a different person driving. And he went mental. He was putting his foot down, speeding, taking corners too sharp,
Basically driving like a maniac.
Yeah, running stop signs. Really scared this dude. To the end, the dude asked him to stop, and eventually the dude stopped and let the guy out. And the guy rang the police and was like, "Oh, do you know this crazy Uber driver? Kind of acting a bit strange." And the police were like, "Oh, right, we'll make a note." Blah blah blah. Thinking, oh, it probably was nothing. And I can't remember the order, and that's when he started shooting people.
Yeah, I think he went back and changed his car.
No, he had a car crash.
Oh yeah, he had a car crash.
He crashed his car into somebody, and then started shooting. So then he went to his house, told his wife that she would see him on the news that night, and he got into her car, which Uber drivers are meant to change their car because they text you the license plate. But he changed his car, so I ain't victim blaming, but the rest of the passengers shouldn't have got in. Okay, speak to you later. So I'm not victim blaming, but really, when Uber texts you the license plate, don't get in a car that isn't that car. It will tell you the make of the car and the license plate. What? But anyway, people still carry on getting him, and he carries on shooting people. And I know he shot. I think it was a 14-year-old girl, but
yeah,
she actually survived being shot in the head. It is amazing. She had to learn to walk again and talk again and shit, but she survived. That girl is bloody strong. So then news started getting around that there was this Uber driver going nuts shooting people, and there was actually girls that got into his car and chatted to him about, have you heard of this Uber driver shooting people? Not realising they were in the car with the shooter. But yeah, eventually, obviously, he was pulled over by police, and he went quietly, didn't he? He didn't even put up a fight. He literally just, got out of the car and let him handcuff him, and off he went to prison. No. So then he went in for his interview, and this is where it gets weird.
Yeah, he basically said when he answered the phone.
No, when he opened his
Uber
app.
When he opened his Uber app, a picture of the devil appeared on the screen. And then he came over and felt rather strange.
Basically, he thought he was possessed by the devil in the Uber app, and the devil made him do it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to go blow my nose. I will be right back. Keep talking.
So, basically, that's what his defence was. But it was rather strange. A phone could make him act like that, and... Excuse me, I was looking at my phone to see if we missed anything. And when he turned around and said basically he thought the devil was doing it, they actually sent him for psychiatric tests. To see if he had any mental issues, get the teeth in. But they found there was actually nothing wrong with him.
I'm back.
He is now actually serving life in prison without
hold on,
charge.
have you talked about the court?
Well, yeah, I said he was pled guilty.
No, like he was harassing people in the court, wasn't he? No, when basically like there was like this woman that survived, and like she got up to give evidence, and he kept like shouting at her and intimidating her to where she broke down, and they ended up like he was like handcuffed at the wrist and at the ankles. It's not handcuffs to his ankles, is it?
No,
Ankle cuffs.
Yeah.
And basically like, and it was like chained together, and he was like shouting at this girl and just acting nuts. And they literally had to drag him out because they tried to get him to stand up and he wouldn't. And he just sort of like dropped to the floor and they had to like drag him out. Yeah, I don't know. Because then the thing is, then he just changed like that and went back to being sane again. It's like the dude could turn it on and off when he felt like it.
It makes you think he weren't actually possessed.
Well, it's not even like he wasn't possessed. He wasn't even mentally ill. Because, like, psychiatrists, like, checked him over and stuff. And they said they found no problem with him. He was perfectly sane. But then I have the question, if you're perfectly sane, what makes you act crazy?
True.
I'm going to consider myself 90% sane.
I'd say the other way around.
I'm going to consider myself 90% sane. And as a 90% sane person, I don't feel that I would go out in my car. I don't drive anyway. So go out on my push bike.
You don't ride a bike either.
You're ruining my like metaphor here. It's not even a metaphor, it's simile. But anyway, I don't feel I would go out in public and randomly start shooting people. Or start driving like a maniac for no reason. And then all of a sudden just give myself up to police. Like, do you know what? I'm bored of this now.
No, people do it.
My question is, they normally have mental health issues. He doesn't. He is a sane person. What makes a sane person flip?
Perhaps he did have a breakdown.
I have personally, I'm not going to name names or anything, but I have been in the car with somebody having a breakdown. They don't come out of it like that.
Okay, that was just a...
You know, it can last days, weeks, months, whatever. It doesn't last... I don't know how long his rampage lasts. I think it was like 2 hours. Like, it doesn't last just 2 hours and then you're normal again. And then suddenly when somebody's giving evidence against you in court, you're like, oh, do you know what? I'm having that breakdown again. And then all of a sudden, when you're dragged out of court, suddenly, do you know what? I'm sane again. I'm going to plead guilty. Because originally he pleaded not guilty, didn't he?
Yeah.
He pleaded not guilty. Then had his weird, like, moment in court. And then suddenly decided just to change his plea. The dude is clearly either not right upstairs and the psychiatrist is wrong. Or, I don't know, there's
something strange.
There's something like supernatural going on with him. He's definitely not right in the head. I don't know. I just don't see how a sane person goes out. He shot a 14-year-old girl. Like, it's bad to shoot anyone, but how do you shoot a kid and feel fuck all? Sorry, language.
Again.
She gets a swear jar. Make a fortune. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand the case. I think... Have you ever had, like, anything weird happen to your phone? Like, I've had it before, like, things pop... I don't know what you're doing. Things pop up on my phone that I didn't click.
Yeah, I get quite a bit.
Right. So what my theory is, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I'm going with it. The dude's having a breakdown. He's having a minor, probably a midlife fucking crisis. And just like, oh, where's my life going? Whatever. and he clicked on his phone to load his Uber app, but accidentally loaded something else, and this devil head appeared. Like, maybe he had, like, I have paranormal apps on my phone, and some of them have weird devil heads or goat heads. Maybe like something like that appeared and he freaked out. It wasn't a breakdown, maybe he thought he was going crazy. And it made him act a bit nuts. But then, to be fair, something popping up on my phone wouldn't make me shoot a load of people. These cases are hard because they don't make sense. It's easier. I prefer the cases where it's clean cut, like... Let me think of a clean cut case. So, guy walks in on his wife banging another man. He shoots the man, he shoots the woman. To me, clean cut. He was pissed she was cheating. That's why he killed her. That makes sense. When these senseless killings happen, that there's no motive, there's no reason.
Excuse me.
It doesn't make sense to me. To me, if you kill somebody, you do it for a reason. Alright, the reasons are stupid, like don't kill your wife because she cheated on ya. I don't know, sleep with her best friend. Get your own back. Don't kill her. But, at the same time, we've all got angry to the stage where you've done something stupid that you didn't. And these people just take that to, like, fucking extreme. Sorry for swearing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand cases that just the motive don't make sense. Right, are you ready to move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Right, because it's your case again. The devil made me do it.
Or the trial of Aunt Janine Johnson. Well, basically, this case was actually investigated by Lorraine and Ed Warren.
Oh.
Oh,
God rest their soul.
Yep. Basically, the story is, Arn was actually going out with this woman, and she had a son who was apparently possessed by demons, and he had an exorcism. And when he was having one of his exorcisms, Arn actually turned around and challenged a demon to possess him, not thinking it would happen. So a bit of feeling about later on, they kind of were doing something. And the actual story was he ended up killing the landlord of where we were staying, stabbed him several times and that. And when he actually
It was a bit more than several.
Several times.
It was a bit more than several.
I don't know how many times.
It was quite a bloody few.
And he went into court, and he actually
have a gun ready. Yeah, a lot of these are in America though, and for some reason, stupid Americans seem to think it's fun to own a gun. For some reason, our chat's not scrolling, so sorry if it takes us a while to answer your message. We will eventually see it.
So basically, when he went to court, he actually turned around and said, "The devil made me do it." And his barrister actually fought his case for it, and there was actually a case back in England ages before that tried to use it, but I think he actually ended up getting sent down anyhow for it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was guilty. He was found guilty of manslaughter and was sentenced for 10 to 20 years, but he only actually served 5 years. But like I said, Ed and Lorraine Warren actually investigated this and actually said there was something in it and that he was actually possessed.
I doubt it. Right, now on to, like, what I think. Right. Well, this possessed child saw this demon in his dreams. Now, to be fair, I can tell you I had some weird, fucked up, sorry about the language, dreams as a child. Even now, like, some of my dreams are like, what the hell? And, yeah, your mind plays tricks on you, especially when you're asleep. So, I don't believe this child was possessed. The child was clearly having, like, night terrors. And I'm sorry, but the parents should have done more than get him exercised or whatever it is. Unless he was fat.
Had an exorcism.
Had an exorcism. I'm sorry, the parents should have treated that as night terrors, not possession. And I believe that the guy... I can't even pronounce his name, what was it?
On.
We'll just call him On. I believe he was basically at the exorcism and he's standing there and he's thinking, do you know what? I want to kill somebody. I don't know what his motive was. You know, he just... I think some people were just born with it inside them. They're just like, do you know what? I like to play God. And he saw all these people believing this exorcism thing was working. Even though the kid, I don't even think the kid was possessed. Like, there's no evidence that the kid was possessed. He wasn't, like, floating around the room or, I don't know, like, walking up walls or whatever, like I said earlier. So I think, sorry, pardon me. I think this guy thought he got a get out of jail free card and it backfired. Or the guy was just completely nuts and actually schizophrenic. See, this is a lot. When I was doing this research, there was a lot of cases I started like about to write out, and then it come out in the end. They said schizophrenic, and what they thought was the devil talking to him was
voices in their head.
their mental illness. I'm not saying it's not possible, because I honestly don't know. I don't know, but I think a lot of the cases it is undiagnosed medical problems, especially schizophrenia, because that does make you hear voices, and from what I've heard from people I have met that have it, or people I've met that know people who have had it, they're never nice voices. It's never somebody saying, do you know what, I want to be your best friend. It's, you know, kill people, kill yourself.
Yeah.
You're worthless, life's worthless, there's no God, everyone must die. You know. Sorry, that got a bit like extreme, but yeah. So I think undiagnosed schizophrenia, or he was just a sick arsehole who thought he could get away with murder and it backfired.
Don't think he had any mental tests either.
Because I read about this case online and I saw nothing about a mental evaluation. Which really annoys me with this case. If they're claiming to be possessed, at least give them a mental evaluation. Because the chances are it's schizophrenia or some crazy shit. Agree with undiagnosed mental illness for many cases. Exactly. I think that's what it is. Like, that's because some of them truly believe this. Like, there's some of them you can tell they're just trying to get away with it. Like the Uber driver, because eventually he was just like, do you know what, I am guilty. Send me to prison, I can't be bothered to fight anymore. But then you have the ones that will continue till the day they die saying, someone made me do this. Or, I don't remember doing this, you know. Them ones are more likely to think, yeah, okay, maybe. But I think it's more likely... I think they hear the voices. I'm not denying that they think the devil is talking to them. But it's not the devil. It is the voices in their own head. I don't know. I think personally, my opinion on murder in general is to commit murder, there's something wrong in your head. I hate when murderers have their mental evaluation and the doctor comes back in and it's like, oh, they're 100% sane. I'm like, no, because sane people don't go around killing people. As you can tell, I get quite opinionated when it comes to true crime. Sane people don't kill people. I'm going to get that printed on a t-shirt. Sane people don't kill people. Not a single killer that is in prison or anywhere is sane. There is something wrong upstairs. And which weirdly, this isn't actually anything to do with this, but it's an interesting point to point out, is that a lot of serial killers have a history of head injuries. So is it when you bang your head as a child, or... I'm sorry if you heard that, people. Is it like a brain injury that causes you to be a killer? Not if diagnosed mental, they will go to hospital rather than prison. See, I think, like, what's the name of the hospital? Is it Broadmoor? They're like prison. I think they should go to like a prison hospital, get the treatment they need, because I think anyone who has a mental illness deserves treatment, but then go to prison. They still deserve to pay for what they did because they killed somebody. That family don't get to, move on. I think, yeah, they deserve the help, but I think they deserve to go to prison as well. Sorry, hold on, the chat went all weird. Broadmoor, yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. So I think they should get the mental help in a hospital, but like a hospital prison. So like, don't put them in with the normal crazies. Normal crazies. That's not what I meant. Don't put them in with non-violent mentally ill people. Like, give them their own hospital, like with prison security, and give them the help they need to be better. But then once they're fucking better, put them in a prison, even if they only serve, a couple of years. Like, and in the hospital, they shouldn't be given hospital treatment. I think a lot try for mental diagnosis, not be sent to prison, but they deserve prison, as you said. Yeah, exactly. They think the mental hospital is better than the prison, and I think that needs to change. The mental hospitals they are sent to should be prison mental hospitals, therefore as fucking hard as prison, but where they get to talk to a counsellor, they get the medication they need, but they ain't allowed, we are the normal crazies. Yes, we are. Like I said earlier, I call myself 90% sane. I'm sane enough that I ain't going to go out and kill somebody. I ain't 100% normal. Right, I got well off topic there, Graham.
I could tell.
But I was enjoying having a little...
rant.
No, it wasn't a rant. I was ranting. About our justice system and how it needs to be changed. Because mental hospital is not... These people need to be punished whether they're mentally or not. I think to a certain extent, no matter how mentally ill you are, everyone has that right and wrong built into their system. So even if you are struggling with your own inner demons, I mean demons as in mental health demons, not paranormal demons, I think you still know it's no one else's fault. I don't know. I think the problem is I've never been mentally ill, so I don't really understand what goes on in their head. Because, like, wasn't there that woman? Like, this is completely off topic. But there was this schizophrenic woman in America, and she had like 5 kids, and they were like really religious family. And she had schizophrenia, and she basically believed, she heard like voices, like telling her that if she didn't kill her children, they would go to hell. That they would grow up to be sinners. And she ended up drowning all of her kids to ensure that they went to heaven. And like the thing is, when she was arrested, she honestly believed that. And I think she killed 5 fucking children. She deserves prison. She knew that was wrong. She knew what she was doing because she covered it up. That's the point. A lot of them like cover it up. So they know what they're doing is wrong. This woman waited for her husband to go to work and that, so she was alone with the kids before she done it. And she done it one by one and laid them on the bed afterwards, so that their brothers and sisters didn't know what was happening until it was their turn. So she still knew right from wrong. So send her somewhere where she can get the mental help she needs, get the medication she needs, and then when she's stable, send her to big boy prison.
Big boy prison.
Send her to big boy prison, and let the big boys beat the fuck out of her. I think a lot of people find it easier to be evil and good. Yeah, I think that's true. I think it tends to be people who kill people. They kill them because they get something out of it. So it's like like I said earlier, if the husband or wife cheats, and they kill the cheater, they kind of feel like, oh, I got revenge. Oh, they got what they deserved. And then they get to move on. They think, oh, I'll just go find somebody else that won't cheat, and all is good with the world. But that's not how it works. Or people kill for money, or they kill for custody of the kids or whatever. At the end of the day, I don't think any killer does it for nothing. Even if it's stupid, in their head they're getting something out of it. Even if it's just down to control, that they like to be in charge. They want to be the one calling the shots. And especially I find with male killers, sorry Graham, no offence, but men bloody love control. They hate to think that they're losing control and that a woman might be in charge. Do you want to weigh in there?
No, it's okay.
No, exactly. And I think, yeah, at the end of the day, they're getting something out of it, aren't they? So to them, do evil, good things are still going to happen to me. Whereas, being good's a bit too much hard work, and, I could probably earn the money, but then that could take a year, whereas 5-minute murder and the money's mine. They think that being good is too much hard work, when it's not. There's hundreds of thousands of people in the world, thousands, probably millions, billions, whatever. I don't know the exact population of the world that do good and aren't evil. I can see Graham getting a bit bored here, so we should move on to the next case. What's our next case?
Go with it.
It's meant to be Richard Ramirez, but we've done that. So you're back up with Amityville. So here's Graham with Amityville.
Thanks. Right, this is quite a famous case. I'm sure.
I've seen the movie.
I'm sure most people have seen the movie. It's basically Amityville.
I think it's just Lisa again. Oh no, 2 people here.
No.
Hello, second person. Hi. That was pretty calm.
It was. Basically, Amityville Horror is where a 23-year-old son of a family basically shot his family while they were sleeping. They was all asleep and he shot every single one of them with a rifle. And when we went to prison, he turned around and said the voice is in his head.
There is a hell of a lot more to that case.
Yeah. I'm just giving a basic.
Oh, okay. And then you're going to go into detail, yeah?
Yeah.
Wasn't there something to do with a pig? I really like the pig bit. Did you write the pig bit down?
Yeah, I've written it.
Yeah, I can't wait for the pig bit.
Basically, when he went to court, he said it was voices in his head. But there was a family moved in just afterwards. Basically, just after a year afterwards. And they said they had a load of paranormal activity within the house. And this was things with like... The dad would wake up at 3:15 in the morning, about the time that the son had killed everyone.
Well, I thought it was the dad that killed everyone.
No, it's the son.
In the movie? Isn't it the dad?
It might be, but it was actually the son.
Oh, okay. I swear in the movie it was the dad. I could be wrong. I ain't seen the movie in years.
Yeah, you wake up at
Comment if you know. Like, let me know. In the movie, was it the dad or the son? Who here's seen Amityville?
Right. The male of the family wake up at 3:15 every morning, about the time the murder was committed. They smelled strange odours and would see green slime oozing out of walls and locks. When a priest came round to bless the house, he heard a voice scream, "Get out!" and he told the man of the house not to sleep in that room.
I'm just making notes so I can comment afterwards.
There would be noise of a knife dropping on the floor from the kitchen when nobody else was in there, but there was no knife ever found.
Wait, well, how did he kill the family? Was it?
He shot them in the back of the head while they were sleeping.
I was saying, if it was stabbing, then the knife and thing might have made a bit more sense.
And the son and the dad actually saw a pig-like animal with red eyes looking down at them from a window. But this was about...
I swear in the film they chased the piggy round.
This was actually a year after...
Ronald
we shot him.
Ronald D. Feo was the original killer. The film was
The family moved in
after, and the dad went bonkers. Is that who you're talking about? The Robert? Yeah. Okay, yeah, so the dad went bonkers, yeah, that's what confused me. Because I know the case, but then I also know the film, and it's like messed up in my brain.
Yeah, I think the actual whole film is more based around the family afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, my bad, right.
But the son did actually turn around and say it was like a demon that made him kill his family.
Yeah, right.
That's basically it. Short.
Haven't you got like 3 pages?
No.
Oh no. Okay, right. Well, I'll put in my little like. Hold on, I think needs to comment again. Dad was George Lutz. Okay, so my little like 2p here. 2p, 2 pence, whatever.
Well, your guy's £10.9.
Yeah. Right, my first thing is what I scribbled down here, which you actually see. I wrote 3:15. 3:15. Right, now like the witching hour is 3 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah.
So my thing is, where do they get this 3:15 from for the murder? Could that be, the middle or the end of the murders? Or is that when it started? Because it makes me wonder, the pig was called Josie.
I don't know, all I found out was it was about the time that he started murdering, or when the murder was happening.
So I'm wondering whether, like, the 3 o'clock, like the witching hour or the devil's hour, or whatever you like to call it, where people believe the veil between
The two worlds.
our world and the next is the thinnest. So could it have taken place at 3 o'clock? And I think I'm more likely to think it was demonic if it had been at 3 o'clock. But then again, like I say again, like, they like to blame the devil. I'm not a fan of the devil by any means, but he gets a blame for a lot of shit he didn't do. And I kind of feel sorry for the dude. Because I think he probably committed the murder at this time because everyone's asleep. So one, it's easier because he ain't got to chase them around. And bye. Yeah, I think he done it because they were asleep, so he didn't have to chase them around for one, because maybe he was just lazy like me. And then maybe he chose at 3 o'clock so that his defence kind of... Everyone would see that at 3, they won't think of the 15. They'll see that at 3 o'clock in the morning and be like, oh no, witching hour. Oh no, clearly the devil made him do it. You know, poor Lucifer. Poor Lucifer is all I've got to say. Poor Lucifer.
Or Balthasar, or whatever you want to call him.
Lucifer. His name is Lucifer.
Satan.
Oh, that's really cute. I wrote Lucifer with little horns. I thought it was really cute. Wait, I had some other stuff to say. What else did I have to say?
I know you're too busy doodling with Lucifer.
So, I felt sorry for the devil. I think the 3 o'clock thing is just to make it believable. The pig thing. Like, right, if you're going to claim the devil made you do it, or a demon made you do it, or whatever, it's a goat. If that was a goat, I'm more likely to believe their story. Like, I'm sorry, but have you ever looked at a teacup pig? Have you ever seen a teacup pig?
Yeah. Yeah, little cute things like.
Exactly.
Apparently this was a big thing with red eyes.
Maybe we should ask Wayne. Wayne knows a lot about pigs. I don't know. I just think, like, where did the pig come from? What's the idea around demonic pig? I've never heard of a demonic pig.
It could just be something a demon had taken the shape of.
Why a pig? They don't run fast. They ain't scary unless you're Wayne. I don't know why a pig. I don't know. But then again, why would he think to use a pig? It's not a very believable excuse.
I think it was just a pig-like creature more than anything. But...
What do you mean pig-like creature? What does that mean?
Well, creature looked like a pig.
So pig.
Right, basically, yeah.
So why are you debating whether it's called a pig or not? Okay, so next, shall I just go move on to my next thing? The knife that drops that they heard. Sorry, like, if it was a stabbing, I just feel like that would make more sense.
Thing is, there are rumours that the house was actually haunted before the shootings actually happened anyhow. But there's no actual proof of it.
Is that a pentagram?
Could be.
Wait, hold on. I just need to draw a pentagram to see if I was accidentally drawing pentagrams. Yeah, I'm accidentally drawing pentagrams. Yeah, I don't understand the knife thing. Like, how do they know it was a knife?
It sounded like a knife.
Will you go into the kitchen now and drop a knife, and then drop a fork, drop a spoon?
Oh, well, let's go give it a go.
Right? And I'll tell you if I can work out which one's which. So don't tell me what you're dropping. Right, we're going to do a little experiment here, peeps. We're going to see if I can work out what a knife dropping sounds like. Right, go. I'm going to say that was a spoon.
Wrong.
Oh, I was wrong. What was it?
A fork.
Okay.
Right, next.
Alright. That was the knife.
That was.
Okay. Oh, choose a random one again. So you could do the knife again. Just do another round. Just do one of them again and see if I can do it again. So that could have just been a fluke.
Right. Right, you ready?
Yeah. Fork.
No, knife.
See, that one sounded like different. The first one sounded like it was something flat hitting the floor. So I don't understand. See, it's not easy. It's basic.
You know why?
It's basically guessing.
The first knife was that one. The
Ah.
second knife was that one.
Okay, so if it's got a handle. No, because it sounded flatter. First one. No, get him off. We'll get banned from fucking live, you twats.
Sorry, I thought that. Sorry.
Not allowed to show sharp objects on live. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe, because I did guess the handled knife correctly. So maybe that's what they meant. Maybe like a butcher's knife, like a big knife. You could tell it was a knife. But any other knife, I don't know. It sounded like a fork to me.
That was kind of the idea of using that second knife.
Wait, we never did hear what a spoon sounded like. Okay. So, anything else I had to say?
I don't know, that's the wrong one.
Did he kill his wife? No, because it was
No.
his son, wasn't it? So he killed his mum, dad,
And his kids, the kids.
and his brother and
His
sister.
siblings, yeah.
Okay. So again, what's the motive? See, the thing is, I want to see the will. Was there inheritance?
It was again, he said he heard voices in his head telling him to do it.
Ah, schizophrenic, end of case. Okay. Next case. Do you have anything to add? Because I've actually run out of ideas for that one. I think schizophrenic or money.
I think the actual thing was more. He did say there was something like a demon trying to make him do it, but
Yeah, I don't know.
I think the whole story ended up about the film and that is actually more what happened afterwards
Yeah.
with the Lutz family.
Okay. So the next, right? Did you do any research on the H.H. Holmes thing?
Yep.
I have to go deal with boys. See you both after the apocalypse. See you later, Lisa.
Yeah, watch out for those zombies.
Oh, we got 3 viewers again. Okay. Did you do any research on the H.H. Holmes thing?
Yeah.
Oh, she's leaving us. We're doing her H.H. Holmes.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll type it up.
Okay, do you know what? We're going to leave the H.H. Holmes. And Graham will type it up. And which group are you going to post it in? Both?
Yeah, I'll stick one in.
I don't know who's here from SSI True Crime and who's here from Sci Supernatural. But Graham will type up H.H. Holmes and post it on both the groups. So you will see that in, the next few days?
Yeah.
In the next few days, you will get to see that one. Okay, so the Hammersmith ghost murder. Oh, that's mine.
I'll say.
Sorry, hold on. People always like me when I'm busy. Okay. Oh, we get to do one of mine. Oh, hold on. I've got these in the wrong order. Here we go. Right. Right, so no, the thing is, my summary is everything I wrote. So I've got 2.5 pages to read. Right. So this is the Hammersmith ghost. From November 1803, a number of people claim to have seen / been attacked by a ghost. They claim the ghost was of a man who committed suicide a year earlier and was buried in the churchyard where the ghost had been seen. The apparition was said to be dressed in white, like complete white, and he was really tall. And sometimes he would be seen wearing calfskin garment and have a large glass eye. Seemed a bit random, the large glass eye. Citizens were grabbed and strangled by this figure. 2 of them, which I believe were women, I didn't write it down, but I think they were women, were apparently so scared that they actually died like 2 days later of shock, which seems a bit... I think that might be like Chinese whispers, because that seems a bit untrue, but, you know, I don't know. This is just what I read. So locals got so scared that they decided to form. Decided to form. They formed armed patrols. And this was to try and apprehend the ghost. So they were trying to catch the ghost, not kill it. So a night watchman was walking around at 10:30 on the 3rd of January 1804. So this is what, 3 months later? When he came across Francis Smith, who was patrolling the area with a shotgun. Now, so basically he was part of this armed patrol that was after apprehending the ghost. And he had a shotgun. They agreed to look for the ghost together after the watchman had called the 11th hour. Now, I was meant to look this up and I completely forgot. I don't know what that means. Called the 11th hour.
Probably like a curfew.
Oh, okay. Because it just said that he had to call the 11th hour and then he had to go and help Francis. So just past 11 p.m, Francis was still on his own at this point. I want to state that the watchman wasn't there. But Francis encountered Thomas Millward. Thomas was a bricklayer who was leaving his sister's house. And he had only just left. He was literally within listening distance. He was wearing his work clothes. Now, as a bricklayer, he had to wear white trousers, a flannel top, and a complete white apron. And apparently he'd just got new work uniform, so these were whiter than white. So Thomas's sister heard Francis say to Thomas, "Damn you! Who are you? What are you? I'll shoot you." Francis then shot Thomas in the lower jaw, instantly killing him. Now, I didn't actually write this bit down, but I actually read that when they done the autopsy, the bullet had basically gone into his lower jaw and then out the back of his neck, basically going straight through his spinal cord. Are you listening?
Yeah, and was a look at the 11th hour.
Okay. So that's basically how he died. It went in his jaw and through his spinal cord. So Francis was obviously trialed for murder. He was arrested the same night because obviously there was no denying he did it. Thomas's wife made a testimony in court where she said said that Thomas had been mistaken for the ghost in the past due to his uniform being completely white. She had begged him not to wear them at night because she feared for his safety. Very much for his safety. So the judge heard the statements, and he heard statements that said Thomas never approached Francis. When Francis started shouting at him, "Damn you, who are you, what are you, I'll shoot you, apparently Thomas didn't actually even have time to react. It was a case of, I'll shoot you, bang. So because of this, they decided that the self-defense argument, because of him believing Thomas was the ghost, invalid. Because the ghost grabs people, attacks people. Thomas didn't even approach him. Therefore, he was sentenced to death for the murder. Because there was no reason for him to shoot him. Thomas wasn't posing any sort of threat to him. So that's how the murder links to the thing the guy was mistaken for the ghost. Okay, so then John Graham, a shoemaker from the area, kind of felt bad because of what had happened. And he actually came forward to say he was pretending to be the ghost. And then he said the reason for this was he was scaring his apprentice because his apprentice had been telling his children ghost stories, scared them, so he wanted to scare him back. But John was never punished for this because some people believe John wasn't the ghost that the patrol was after because he only ever admitted to scaring the apprentice. And he wasn't attacking the apprentice, he wasn't injuring the apprentice, he was scaring him. Therefore, not once did he ever admit to attacking anyone, grabbing anyone by the throat, hiding behind drapes and jumping out of people and grabbing hold of them and dragging them. And like, these girls were really scared so bad that they died, apparently. So if he never attacked anyone else, then I'm not saying he didn't dress as a ghost, but I don't think he was the ghost they were looking for. But if he wasn't, who or what attacked the others? And was it the guy that committed suicide the year before and was buried in the churchyard? And that's the end of my thing, so your turn.
Right. I'm not sure we've got anyone left in here, actually.
We haven't at the moment, but it goes on afterwards, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, a few things is. One, it was a classic white ghost. Why is it white? Why not black or...
Yeah, but then, like the Grey Lady of Addlestone.
Yeah, grey.
Why is she grey? Why
True.
isn't she white?
No, true.
Why is she black?
Yeah.
You're being incredibly racist ghosts here. Like, ghosts can be whatever colour they want to be.
No. An armed patrol to kill a ghost. If you shot a ghost, it'd go straight through.
There was, like, I missed out a few bits. I probably would have explained that a little bit better. Basically, there was this guy. Oh no, I don't know his name. The Watchman I mentioned.
Yeah.
He had previously had an encounter with the ghost, where the ghost had grabbed him, and basically he scared him, and this ghost had literally run off. And from like a distance, the Watchman thought the ghost was seen wearing a coat.
Right, fair enough.
Which made them think that it might be like the John person, that it could just be
A solid person.
Plus, how do you know shooting a ghost ain't gonna kill it? Or fucking send him back to
Ghosts
hell?
walk through walls and that, so.
Yeah, but, you know, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, you could throw a teaspoon at it and...
Right.
I don't know. I don't know how
And
to
the
kill a ghost.
11th hour is actually the last possible moment. So I can't remember what they shouted out.
He said that he had to call the 11th hour.
Yeah, so he had to call at the last possible moment.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, that's what I googled it.
What is a night watchman?
Like a security guard.
What, back in the 1800s?
Yeah, security guard, policeman or something like that.
Night watchman calling 11th hour. Sorry people if this is a really boring part. I'm just googling this. We want to confirm. So yeah, so they Watchmen are basically small town police, but obviously back in the 1800s they didn't really have police, so really they were like what we would call like beat cops.
Yeah, constables.
Yeah, he was sort of walking the streets, kind of making sure nobody's committing burglaries. And he was in charge of the curfew and the time. He had to announce the time by ringing a bell. So it's like, like church bells when it's ding, 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 for what the time is. Yeah. That's what they did. So when he was calling the 11th hour, he was calling 11 o'clock.
Right.
He was announcing it was 11 o'clock, which he had to do it like every hour, so. Okay.
Right. And that was basically it.
Okay, you didn't actually mention the murder at all. He literally stuck to the paranormal stuff.
Well, that was my side of it.
Well, this is a crossover. You're meant to kind of, like... Any thoughts on the murder?
No.
I suppose, really, to be fair, the guy got what he deserved. He was sentenced to death because he had no right killing the bloke. You can't claim self-defence if the bloke's nowhere near you.
No.
But yeah, the only reason I covered that case was I found it interesting. I just thought it was weird. They were hunting for a ghost and a real man ended up getting shot because he was mistaken for a ghost. I think.
I would have thought the night watchman would have shouted something first though, when he was shooting him.
The night watchman didn't kill him.
That's what I said, or the policeman, whoever it was.
It wasn't the policeman or the night watchman. It was the citizen armed patrol, which the citizens had organised themselves. So they had no
So they were basically shooting.
They actually had no authority really at all, which is why the watchman had told him to wait until after he'd called 11 o'clock, and he would go with him to try and apprehend the ghost.
Whatever.
Yeah, because he didn't want him firing that shotgun any old how. Cool, we've been going for an hour and a half.
Yep.
Still got no viewers.
No.
Hi to anyone watching this later.
Yeah.
So we've got one more case. Which is, right, I'm going to apologise here. This case, I didn't like where it was. I think it was like, it's America somewhere. I struggle pronouncing this name. It's Teresita. Teresita.
Yeah, Teresita.
Because I keep pronouncing it Teresa.
No, it's like Teresita.
Teresita. Okay. So, Teresita Bassa. B-A-S-A.
Right, yeah, Teresita Bassa.
Okay. So this is the case of Teresita Bassa. You're listening very intently.
Yep, because I've never heard of this.
Okay. So it's 7:30 p.m. on the 21st of what?
I don't know.
I didn't put the month.
So it's the 21st of any month.
Oh no, the month is kind of important though. Why did I only write the 21st? Oh, I can't even remember. I think it was April. I think it's happened in April.
Okay.
I think it's April. Don't hold me to that. Like, if you want to know, look it up yourself. It was the 21st of a month. And Teresa received a phone... No, not Teresa, sorry. Teresita received a phone call from a friend. And she told this friend that she would have a gentleman call her. But she didn't give any more details than this. She basically just said, yo, mate, I've got a dude coming round. She was a bit like discreet about it. Like she got a man coming round to see her. But later that evening, the fire department were called. Ooh. Teresita's apartment was on fire. That was kind of obvious, really. I don't know why I put that in there. When the fire was extinguished, they found Teresita's body under a smouldering mattress. She had a butcher's knife in the centre of her chest. And obviously she was badly burnt. Apparently it actually took a while to
But you would be if you'd been in a fire.
Identify her. So yeah, but what I'm saying is they didn't know straight away it was her, and they didn't, The only clue they found was a note which seemed to be written, they're not to anyone, when you just jot something down. And Teresita had jotted down, get tickets for A.S. So the police only had one question. Who was A.S? No one knew, and the case went cold until August. This is why it was kind of important, because it's kind of a few months later. Police were contacted by another police department, saying someone had implicated Alan Showery. Why? Showery in the murder. Mrs. Remy Chow.
It's a bit of a drip, really, but bad joke.
Mrs. Remy Chow claimed to have gone into a trance where she spoke in another woman's voice to her husband. She had identified herself as Teresita Bassa. The voice then went on to say that Alan Showery had stabbed her to death. When asked why was Showery in her home, the voice replied, he was a friend. Well, the police weren't convinced. They kind of thought, oh, nut job alert. But they decided anyway that there actually was a guy called Alan Showery. They'd check it up. It could be a lead. And they went to his place and basically had a chat with him, and he said that he didn't know who she was. And they kind of are you sure you don't know? Because of the AS. The AS kind of made him suspicious, hold on, Alan Showery, AS. Eventually he admitted he did know her. Not only did he know her, but he'd been to her house the night she died to fix her TV. It was his excuse. But then the police spotted, I believe it was a necklace his girlfriend was wearing. And it was actually on the list of jewellery that had been stolen, around when Teresita had been murdered. And when they looked further, they found even more of her jewellery in his home. And this is the part where he's just like, right, hold me hands up. I needed to pay me rent. So I went round her house. I stole £30 off of her. Stole all her jewellery. She tried to stop me. I killed her. So obviously arrested, charged, went to court. In court, he decided that his confession was a joke, and that John had actually made up about the trances because she had been fired from the hospital where they both worked, and she blamed him for her being fired. So the jury couldn't come to a decision, so it was declared a mistrial, and the trial ended. So obviously Alan went back to his police cell, and he kind of had a change of heart and decided that he wanted to change his plea, and he pleaded guilty. And he was given 14 years for murder and 12 years for arson and burglary. So could John have just overheard Alan discussing murder? Or was she actually possessed by Teresita's ghost? And did Teresita solve her own murder? Opinions?
Well, it's been known for psychic channel people that been murdered or
proof.
I mean, there is no actual proof of it.
Yeah, so can you tell me that they're actually possessed and they haven't just like got that information elsewhere? That's basically the whole question.
Well, yeah.
It's because you've just overheard it and pretended, oh, a ghost told me. It's possible.
I'm saying it's plausible, but...
But then, look, see, we actually discussed this briefly earlier, which probably was a bad thing because really we had already had a little discussion about it. We should have left it to on camera. So I'll just basically tell you what was said. And I basically pointed out who goes to work and they're sitting there in the office with a cup of tea. Do you know what I did last night? I went and murdered this girl I knew. Who does that? You ain't gonna go to fucking work and be like, I murdered a girl because she wouldn't give me her jewellery. I can't afford to pay my rent. Oh, I also set fire to her place. No. Oh, and hold on, details, because she knew she'd been stabbed. Like, I stabbed her right in the chest. That was how she died. She didn't die from the fire. She died from the stab wound.
No, but it could be a load of blokes in a pub getting drunk all...
No, because the only connection between Alan and June or whatever her name was, the person in the trance and the murderer, was that they worked in the same hospital.
Yeah, but they could have got out for work drink or something in the pub.
Seems unlikely.
It don't say that, does it? No. It is. It's a
but she'd been fired, but it doesn't state why she was fired either.
Well, no.
But then who's still like? Okay, so when you go out with the lads, if you so you just murdered me, okay?
Yeah.
Just this, for an example, you murdered me. Your mates invite you out for a pint. You have a few beers. Are you going to turn around and be like, do you know what? Killed the fucking missus earlier.
If you're drunk, you don't know what you could do.
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't confess to murder. I've never been that drunk.
Well, nor have I, but...
And would you do it loud enough? If you're going to tell somebody, because people do tell people.
Yeah.
Like, flatmates or whatever. But are you going to say it loud enough that anyone... And, if that's the case, why did none of the other work colleagues know? Why did nobody else come forward and say, do you know what, I heard him say that?
Perhaps they didn't want to. Perhaps they were scared to.
What do they think he was going to do? Come and fix their TV?
Well, yeah.
Because that's the point. He wasn't this like... He didn't break in. She was expecting him because she told her friend she was expecting him. I don't know.
That's a tough one.
I don't think truly it matters. At the end of the day, she was right. She went to the police eventually. And the thing is, because the point is, this is why the date was so important. Because there was quite a distance between the murder happening and the woman going to the police. But apparently the trances actually happened a lot earlier than August. But basically, when asked why they didn't come forward sooner, they said it's because they were rude. He does this all the time.
Sorry, I'm just getting a filter.
I completely forgot what I was saying now. Yeah, when they were asked why they didn't come forward sooner, like the husband and wife, about these trances, they said because they were scared people wouldn't believe them and they didn't want to be made out to be fools. Which makes me think, if you'd overheard it in a pub or at work, then the chances were, well, if you overheard it, she would have known who he was talking to as well. So she would have been able to just go to the police and be like, right, do you know what? I heard him tell so-and-so that he did this, 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 and this, and he stole her jewellery and all this. But it wasn't like that. They were scared to go to the police because they really thought that, you know, the way they found out wouldn't be believed. interesting one.
I'm sorry, I've just never heard of that one at all.
If, obviously, you'll be watching this back later because we haven't actually got anyone in here at the moment. But if you watch this back and you get to this bit, leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. Do you think it is possible she got possessed by Teresita, and that Teresita solved her own murder? And that's it. We're out of cases.
Right. We hope everyone's safe out there.
Social distance. 2 meters. And stop buying all the bog roll. And stay at home.
Yeah.
Protect the NHS. Save lives.
That's what we're doing this live for here.
Yeah, it's why we're not out investigating. We're at home, self-isolating, have been for a week now. We're bored shitless. So yeah, we're actually really bored. So if you know of any other cases, comment, inbox us. I'm Hazel and that's Graham. We forgot to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find us on the Sorry Supernatural or SSI True Crime. Actually, I think if you go to my SSI True Crime, there's actually an email address where you can email me. So let us know any cases you think of.
Actually, I'll post out my one. I've got a Sorry Supernatural website.
I can show you how to attach it to your group.
Yeah.
So we will do that. So if you think of any cases, or if you know of any, paranormal stories, not stories, cases, let us know. And
you got any ideas for us to do a live video? Let us know.
If there's anything you want to see us do live, like we got some creepy dolls. There's one right there.
Yeah.
Creepy bride doll. Horrible. Used to sit at the end of my bed. Creepy. And then we got this creepy thing that is missing an eyelash. We've got a plasma ball that we could try out. We've got a writing planchette we could try out. Yeah, so just let us know any ideas you got. And we've been live for an hour and nearly 48 minutes. So I think we'll call it a night.
Yeah.
Thank you for everyone that joined us. Thank you for all the comments. Loving it. And we will see you next time.
Yep.
Bye.
Good night, peeps.